All right, all right. What's good? We got another good one today. We got Daniel Elmore on the show today. Daniel, man, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing really good. Thank you.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. How was the new year?
New Year's great. I got a lot of good things coming together, and I'm pretty stoked about it.
Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that, man, and I'd like to hear something about it too myself. Just let's talk about you like growing up as racing, man. You got siblings that race. How did you get into racing?
I started racing because of my older brothers. They
Oh,
started about 2 years before I did, and
okay.
I wanted to give it a try, and been doing it ever since.
Were your siblings ever pro at all?
Uh the brother right above me, he made it pro for I think 2 seasons. He got a few top 20s, so he did pretty good.
Oh, good, good, good.
Yeah.
How many brothers do you have?
I got four brothers.
Four brothers, huh? All
Yeah.
brothers, no sisters?
I got one sister. Yeah.
Oh wow. So does all your brothers ride and your sister too?
They all have at one point. Yes.
Oh wow, 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 wow. So you help them keeping that torch lit, huh? Keeping it going. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's what's up, man. So it's 22 now, man. But let's go back to like 21 for a little bit. Um, like growing up and racing, and then when you finally went pro, like, did you know prior that's something that you wanted to do and you wanted to make it a career? And why did you want to make it a career? Because there's so many guys that want to turn pro and be the best that they can be, but I mean the field is flooded with guys and wanting to be the top pro out there. Not saying that you can't do it, but I'm just curious, like, what your reasons behind wanting to turn motocross into a career is.
Um, the main reason why I want to try and make a career, anyways, is I just love doing it. I love the hard work put into it, and basically everything about it. Honestly,
Okay. So even like when you were growing up as a kid and you were racing and you were coming through the ranks, like who were the guys who influenced you to make you actually want to even take it a bit further?
um, honestly, I never really watched Canadian pro racing as a
Hmm.
kid. I just
Okay.
watched Supercross and stuff, and that's my goal. Where I want to get to one day is to race Supercross and be a top guy in that.
Okay.
But for now, it's Canada.
Yeah, I mean, you're out west. You don't do any of the like arena cross or supercross rounds out that way?
We don't have a Supercross series here.
Okay.
We do have arena cross series in the Lower Mainland,
Hmm.
but it is very expensive for me to travel in the winter and hotels and all that. So I've done it a few times, but it's just not worth it for me.
Okay. Okay. So have you done? I mean, have you gotten any true? I mean, you wanna do more supercross than moto eventually? Or you just is that your goal? You have an ideal goal is what you want to do since you grew up racing. I mean, watching Supercross. I mean, your ideal goal is to race, get in Supercross, and do that mainly, or you still want to just stick with the moto stuff?
Honestly, I never really rode much Supercross. Last year was my first time trying it.
Okay.
It was terrifying, but um, yeah, I personally like motocross better. It
Hmm.
just suits me more. I've always been good at pushing for the whole 35 minutes and charging at the end. The
Hmm.
high intensity supercross isn't. I'm not. I don't know if it's not my thing. I've just not done it much.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, a lot more practice, definitely get more confidence on doing something like that. Even for me, like as an
Oh yeah.
amateur, for me, like when I was racing, there was always a supercross track off to the side where there was one of the team practice tracks, and our I would go somewhere and someone would have a private supercross track, man. And there's a lot of tracks out in California who have amateur supercross tracks. And some of those things, man, are there.
Yeah.
It's a totally different ball game, from moto. I was always fast going doing the outdoor stuff, but when I hopped on one of the supercross tracks or the amateur supercross tracks, totally different ball game. It wasn't my field, man. I felt like I couldn't. My timing was way off. Like I couldn't get used to it, man, at all. So I kind of like sticking to moto, even though I
Yeah.
love supercross, but I felt like it was a little bit more dangerous for me to even get on the supercross track, so I didn't ride them too much.
Yeah. Same here. Like in Ontario. That was the first time I ever touched a Supercross track. A full scale one, anyways. I did a bit of amateur stuff at club, but the most terrifying experience I've ever had riding my dirt bike is hitting a triple out of a sharp 180 corner for the first time.
Yeah, you didn't have no bad luck there, did you?
Not in practice. Racing, I had a few pretty bad get-offs, but
Okay, makes sense. So you got some changes going in for 22, man. Like, well, let me take it back. Like last year, real quick. You went from Yamaha, you're going to Honda, but in 21 you had some good races, man. You had some really good races. I mean, you had some not so great races, but that's racing. Like, how do you personally feel that you did? Because I read a post of yours, and you said that your year was good and it wasn't good. I mean, so why was it good in your eyes and why wasn't it good in your eyes?
It was good because I overexceeded my goals I set for the season.
And
I got multiple top tens.
Okay, let me ask you that real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but what was your goals?
My goal was to place top 10.
Okay.
More often than not.
Okay.
And I did that plus some. I feel like I should have been around the 5th place range, but I was sick for the last half of the season pretty bad. And then I had an injury late in the year too.
Okay. So with that being said, how come you want to, I know for 22 you're jumping to a Honda and to a 450. Like your full year last year, or your year last year was up and down, but you did achieve your goals. You don't feel like you got something left for the 250 class?
Honestly, I do, but the thing is that one, it's me as well. I know I can ride my bike faster, but there was a few times, like the last round at Walton, where it was just the track was a highway, and I was in 11th place, and I couldn't go anywhere because my bike was too slow.
Okay. Go ahead.
I know a part of it was me. The ruts in the back were really, really deep, and I wasn't used to that. But seeing a factory guy pass me, and I'm wide open, throttle all the way to the stop, grabbing gears down the long straight, and they're pulling on me. I can't do that again. I feel like I can't do better than. I'm sure I can do better than I did, but jumping to the 450, I feel like I got a better chance.
Okay. What is it like, motor? I mean, you didn't have any. You were running a stock. I wouldn't say you were running a stock bike, man. I mean, but as a privateer, like, it's aftermarket stuff that you run. Exhaust, whether you get your suspension set up, if you have cams or anything like that. What modifications did you have where you felt like you needed more of?
The only engine modifications I had were I had a muffler system on my race bike, and I had an ECU. The entire engine was completely stock.
Completely stock, wow! And you're finishing up in top 10, man. Wow. So, So, what do you feel like you have any goals on the 450?
Yep. Top 10 every moto, and I'm really looking to try and mix it up in the top 5 a bunch.
Okay, and do you have experience on a 450, racing the 450?
I have no experience in the 450 class, no.
No experience in the 450. You got new Hondas, man, and so you felt like you were underpowered riding the 250, so you want to jump on the 450. You feel like you have an advantage, a better advantage there?
Yeah, because, honestly, the factory guys can mod their 450s all they want, but there's only so much power you can use, so
yeah.
Kind of limited.
Okay. So when are you going to get some practice on that bike? Have you ridden it yet? Have you gotten comfortable or gotten a feel for it at all?
I haven't ridden it all yet, but I'm leaving to club in a few weeks here, so we'll get some time.
So you're heading out to club, huh? How long are you going to be out there for?
Roughly 3 months, I think.
3 months, man. You're going for a while. Guys go back there for a while. They put in a lot of work. You feel like club has upped your game? Like you felt like you learned quite a lot, and it's upped your speed as well, as far as as far as your technique.
Definitely, because the first year I went there, the previous season, I couldn't even get in the top 20, and within a year and a half, I was placing 7th, 8th. So they definitely know what they're doing. They got me into shape pretty good. So.
All right, all right, on. So why did you choose Hondas? I mean, you felt good on your Yamahas. You put in some good finishes, but why how come you didn't ride a Yamaha 450 with all the good reviews? How come you decided to jump on a Honda?
I feel like the Honda is a lot more nimble,
Mm-hmm.
and I the Yamaha I feel is better for like it's a good all around bike for every rider.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Honda I feel like would suit a pro track really good with all the deep ruts and nimble and be able to move around easier.
Okay, okay. So you'll find that out. You'll find that out pretty soon, huh?
I will.
Man, man. So I mean, everything you got a lot of big changes headed your way. I mean, this is a new year. You got a new bike. You're on the 450 class. Is there any other changes for 22 that you've made?
Yep, I'm changing gear. I'm going with Fly Racing. They're going to be helping me out a lot. It's going to be awesome.
Fly Racing, yeah, they make good stuff. Okay. Did you had a gear? I take it you had a gear sponsor locked down last year, huh?
Yep.
Okay. So everything's new to you. You got a whole new program this year, man. That's kind of exciting to hear. I'm curious what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do. But I'm always looking forward to new things because every year things change, man. You know, people get shuffled around in the classes and people, start riding for other teams and doing their privateer thing, man. Are you strictly privateer this year? I mean, you doing everything out of your own umbrella? I mean, you got some sponsors that's working with you. How'd your program come together?
Yeah, I would call it completely privateer. But I've got some really good sponsors that are going to cover most of the expenses. So there'll be a change this year for sure.
Good, good. Now you got a full time mechanic with you, traveling you to that's gonna be with you the whole time.
Yeah, he's race mechanic and racer himself, so it's going to be awesome.
You got a plan B just in case someone gets hurt, man. Just in case.
uh,
'Cause that's gonna be a
I
tough
don't.
call there, man.
Yeah, that's always a concern in the back of my mind, but
Mhm.
I kind of got to cross it if it comes. I don't see
Yeah,
how I can prep for that, but
yeah, yeah. You got to roll with the punches, man. You got to figure it out, I guess, when the situation comes. But you got to make the best of the
yeah, exactly.
situation while it's there, man. And that's good news, man.
Yeah.
That's some good things to hear, man. So you got a new gear company lined up, Fly Racing, which is cool. You got a new Honda. You're riding the 450. No experience at all on the 450. None at all, like zero.
I've rode a 350 quite a few times, and I like that a lot. So we'll see how another 100 cc's feels.
All right, oh man, you're a pro. You know what you're doing out there, man. So you just got to adapt to it, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing you out there, man. So your plans is to ride all the outdoor. You're not going to jump into any arena cross during the year or after the season's over.
I'm doing the Triple Crown Supercross and Arena Cross as well.
Anybody you want to thank or plug, man, before we wrap this up?
Yep. All my previous sponsors from the last season, Ken's Marine,
Mm-hmm.
MX North, and Charlie Designs. I appreciate your guys' support, and you'll always be family to me, and hope to work with you again in the future. And my new sponsor, Cycle North, Courtney Lloyd, she hooked me up with new bikes, and she was actually the one that got me in contact with Fly and made that happen. And
Oh.
thank you to Fly Racing as well, and all all the new sponsors coming up. I'll be releasing that soon.